Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope
It
you're
is.
doing very, very well, as we're already, a third of the way through the year.
Please don't remind me.
Yeah. I know, when you really think about it, it's like, oh my God, it's already.
I hate it.
We're there. Anywho, let's start the week off. Ams, tell us how your week has been.
Oh my God, I'm first again. What the heck? So I've been good. I've been, of course, crazy fiber artist here. I have this in my lap. I'm making this tote out of what's called plarn with plastic yarn. I made like this. Here you go. This little plastic yarn out of shopping bags. So I had like a giant bag full of them in the kitchen. It took oh my God, I wouldn't recommend making your own because it takes so long, because you have to cut the bags into little rings and then tie them together, and it's just time consuming, but it's good. So so yeah, I'm working on that. And there's just the bottom of it. I'm gonna build it up. And then I also have my sweater. I probably should have prepared this beforehand.
Yeah, it's okay.
I've been knitting like crazy, yeah. Which is good because I need to get my speed up anyway if I want to open up my shop and whatnot. So, yeah. Here's the sweater. Here's the update. I just connected the second sleeve. So here you go. I can take out the whole screen.
Wow.
It looks like a little crop sweater now.
Almost, yeah. So then I gotta oh, hang on. You can't even see me.
So
now I gotta work the neck part. So this part right here, I have to work, and so I'm gonna funnel it up and then into the collar right here, and then finish it off there. So yeah, that's exciting. It's heavy now too. I put 4 skeins of yarn into this already. So I know, right? It's so big.
That's super cool.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I kind of took a break from art this week because I definitely wanted to do more and do more designs and whatnot, but I needed to also catch up on my knitting stuff. Don't worry, I worked on the commission. I'm not slacking. Don't worry, Chan.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm not worried. You're fine.
So yeah, I think then I might do that off and on. I think that's a good flow for me to do knitting and crocheting one week, and the next week more art heavy, and then off and on. Yeah. I'll try that probably, but yeah, this has been basically
Don't burn yourself out, man.
I kind of felt it last week. I was just on that, on, what was it, Wednesday? I was really trying to work on the jelly design. I felt so burnt out. I was pushing. I was I can't, man. I can't. Yeah. So it's just I gotta step away from this and come back to it later. So then the vaccine, I've been feeling the effects of it, and I have the strangest ache in my shoulder, in the muscle, which is really strange.
Probably feeling it in the lymph node.
It's a lymph node reaction.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I had no idea.
Those are lymph nodes that you're feeling the reaction, because that happened to me with the first Pfizer shot.
Okay, I had my first Moderna shot, in case anyone didn't see the show last week. But yeah, I had the first Moderna shot, and most of my symptoms are gone, but I just have this persistent ache in my shoulder, and it's only the shoulder right here.
Yeah, your immune system's actually doing what it's supposed to do. It's actually processing the vaccine, and that's your closest lymph node to where you got the shot, so your body's processing it.
There's a good chance when you get the second shot you won't have any symptoms.
I really hope not.
That was with me with the Pfizer. The only symptoms I had were the lymph nodes.
Okay,
and then the second shot, it was what shot? I got a shot. I had
what?
I didn't even feel them give it to me. I know I got it, but I didn't feel it. I didn't feel the needle. Nothing, and no effects.
That's good. I hope so, because this one it didn't lay me out, but I did feel under the weather for a few days. I had the fatigue and tiredness, I had muscle aches, I had random joint pain too. I was I'm not old, I swear. So I hope the second one doesn't lay me out like everyone's been saying the Moderna one does. So let's just hope and pray. There you go. Cross fingers. I can't. In case no one knew, my middle fingers, I'm not trying to flip you off, but they're crooked. And they grew that way naturally. So I can't cross my fingers. I have to force them. So anyway, that's my week. How about you, Kat?
Try to think. Honestly, just been stressed, like as always. Yeah, apologies for my absence lately. Obviously, just a lot of stuff kind of going on. Lost my aunt recently, and unfortunately, she really didn't get the memorial she kind of should have, that she deserved, but because of COVID, which was not the cause of her passing, but it made it so that like even her own sisters couldn't be at her funeral.
Right.
That sucks.
Because one was being quarantined for possible COVID, and the other one immune compromised and ill at the time, so like she couldn't even go. But work's been going good, just busy as all get out. I can't even get away from it when I'm at home.
He's the cutest. He's the cutest buddy. Oh. I just want to rub his belly.
He loves that. I mean, that's his favorite thing
Look
in
at
the
him.
world.
I know.
He's so
Torture
cute.
dog.
I mean, look at the smile.
I have to like keep my head back, or he'd lick like right up.
Yeah.
I mean, he just had the biggest smile.
Yeah, he's the sweetest little thing.
Attention. Mommy's paying attention to me.
Oh yeah, he loves it. 9 times out of 10, he's on my lap. And now I figured out a better setup for this, for my laptop. So it's actually on like a stool now, so it's not on my lap. So he can actually be on my lap when we do this. What else we go? I've been cooking more, which is fun. Because normally I don't like to cook. I like to bake, but I don't cook much. But for some reason, every now and then I get a wild hair, and I'm like, Nick, I'm going to cook. And so I've been cooking.
Good.
Well, and I actually made bomb-ass food last night and tonight, so I'm really proud of myself. It's
yay. What'd you make?
Last night was Spanish chicken and rice with chorizo.
Oh, help. Oh, that sounds so good.
It was really good. It turned out, and you made salad with it too. Tonight, Nick's actually out. He's at a D&D game, so I made a dish that I know he wouldn't like. Yeah, he plays D&D.
I'm jelly.
He plays in 2 games actually.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. And it's so cute because he was like, I feel weird, having fun without you. I'm like, honey, you're allowed to have a hobby. It's like, oh, have fun. I don't want to, like, I did tell him I would go to a game if he wants me to see if I would like it. I know I won't like it. But hey, I've tried tabletop role-playing games. They're not my cup of tea. But I'll go if But tonight, when I was a kid, this was weird. I grew up, eating weird stuff. And to me it's normal food, but it's weird to anybody else. So growing up, my mom used to make this thing, and it was ramen. You'd cook up some ramen with the seasoning packet, and you drain it out. But no, you wouldn't make soup with it. Sorry, I just kicked the stool. Whoops.
You're okay.
Wobble effect. And then you'd brown up some ground beef, and you'd mix them together with the seasoning packets, and it was like kind of like cheap Chinese food. Kind of was like ramen and beef. It was. Mom spent too much money on QVC, so we didn't have enough money for groceries. So this kind of got us through until payday.
Yeah.
But I like it. But I obviously wanted to class it up a little bit. So tonight I made, for Cal and myself, and he inhaled it, I made ramen. But instead of using the little packets, I used chili paste. I used hoisin sauce. I used soy sauce. I put some ginger in there. Like, I made my own. Delicious. Holy crap. But next time, less chili paste.
It kind of reminds me of this one dish that I accidentally made for me and Jason, and it's like, we call it kind of like a goulash. It's basically ground turkey, and because it was one of those, it was like, I literally was like, what do we have that I can put together? And I was like, well, I got some ground turkey, I got some cheese tortellinis, I've got a can of soup, and a tomato soup, and some white sauce. Like, what the hell could I do with all of this? I was like, well, so I browned the turkey, cooked the tortellini, and kind of looked at the turkey and looked at the tortellini and said, fuck it, put it all together, together. And I tasted it and I went, holy shit, this is like, not quite, the what is it, hamburger helper,
Mhm.
but it's it's got the flavor, but it's a lot better. It tastes better. And so I gave it to Jason. He's like, "What's this?" I said, "Just try it." And it's one of his favorite things.
Nice.
That's
awesome.
And it literally was a mistake. I was like, I don't know what to make, and this is what I have, so
Yeah.
This is what you get.
we're gonna
Yeah.
make it work.
Yep. And I got to bake the other day, which made me so happy.
Oh gosh.
I made fresh blueberry pie.
No, that sounds amazing.
Oh, it was
I
so
love blueberry
good.
pie.
Oh, and I found this great recipe out of a cookbook. It was like I didn't buy like the jar of filling. I actually did fresh blueberries, the whole 9 yards. Like it was so good.
Holy crap, man.
Is that hard to do? Do you have to like cook them first or whatnot so that they
No.
kind of make their own compote or anything?
No, actually, this recipe was so simple. It was blueberries, sugar, a little bit of flour. I don't remember the measurements. A little bit of cornstarch and lemon juice, and you just mix that all up, real well, and you put it into pie shell, and then you put the lattice on top, and you bake it until it bubbles. And then you let it sit for a couple hours to set, and poof, you've got pie, and it was so good.
Oh, I just want to make like blueberry and lemon ricotta pancakes now. Sounds so good.
I love poof, you've got pie. Like that sounds great.
I know.
I mean,
I wish I could just
that
open
should be
up
a thing.
my oven and poof, there's a pie there.
That's next idea. Add that to the list of things to market. Poof, you got pie. Write that down.
Write it down, right?
You push that
Poof,
button
you
that
got
just says
pie.
pie.
Yeah, put that on your list. Poof, you got pie.
I'm good for quips, apparently.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, you got to come here. We're getting all these business ideas straight.
I know.
Yeah, cute name for your business. Yeah, poof, you got pie.
Hey, just remember me when we divvy up the profits.
No.
You Kat gets the biggest slice of pie. Just remember that.
Yes.
There we go.
It's her idea.
The fairy pie mother. Instead of fairy godmother.
Yeah, fairy pie mother. Yeah, I like that.
Honestly, if I could make a good living just baking and like selling stuff, like selling baked goods, I would. Like
Yeah.
I'm done with people. Like I'm done peopling.
If this could be like a business, then we can each have our own little section, and you could do pies. That's all it is.
I like it.
Do coffee.
Branch from there.
Yep. Hey, we got a fiber artist. We got 2 bakers because we got Chan and myself. Yeah, we could do a little. Yeah,
I do baking too, and I'll make
go.
your tea cozies.
I'll be product tester. Thank you.
I'm there with Crims. I'll just test the product.
Yeah, I like it.
Make the fat girl in me real happy.
But yeah, so it's been like trying to like find my self-care in like just crazy stress stuff. So, but got to have dinner with my dad and my stepmom the other night. That was awesome. And
Nice.
There's like little spikes of happy and good, and a lot of spikes of stress. But I'm trying to balance it out. What about you, Lady Love? How have you been?
I've been okay. This week had its ups and downs. Today was much better. Big thing is today was my Friday, so that was exciting. And of course, this weekend camping. We're hoping the weather holds out for that. I'm just ready for the school year to be over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just ready for it to be over.
Amen to that.
What, 2 more months almost?
A few months in like 2-3 weeks or something. Too many weeks.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Too many weeks.
Yeah, there you go.
And then of course I'm going to be working over the summer. But hopefully this summer I'll be working in the school, but I'll be working with a different population of students, which will be nice. Give me a break from the population I work with now. But I'll definitely say this school year has made me reconsider my career job choice.
Oh boy.
This summer, this school year has definitely been very stressful.
No faults of your own either. So
No, and I know it's not. And I actually was talking with my lead a little about it, and she's like, I would not blame you if you looked for a job somewhere else within the county or in a different school with a different population of students. She's like, I would not blame you, because it's just the burnout for my job within this population of kids are super high.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get to that point where I hate my job and I don't want to do my job. And I've been kind of teetering on that line, and yesterday kind of was really pushing me. Today kind of was like okay.
Yeah.
Not so bad. Well, it wasn't so bad because our one student that has been the issue wasn't here today. But it's one of those, it's such an up and down that, yeah, I've kind of been doing some soul searching about what I want to do with the next part of my life,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
good.
hear that. I hear that.
Yeah,
I had that
I mean,
happen to me last year, so
that's why I got out of ER med. I mean, I hit like a wall where I wasn't me anymore.
Mhm.
You know, I didn't want to do what I was doing. I wasn't happy, and
it's the
you know,
worst feeling.
and it was like I gotta change. And when I changed, like I was so much happier. And so if you're burning out, you gotta switch it up, even if it's the same type of role, even if it's just a new environment or something. But if you're starting to realize like you're losing yourself to the burnout,
Yeah, that's
you gotta figure something else out.
And I've also have been not just with work, but kind of making changes with like in other aspects, like I was in a community band, and I kind of am looking to not go back to that community band once everything goes back to normal, just because the relationship I had with that group is definitely, I was drifting away from it. So I'm kind of coming to that conclusion and going, maybe that's not the right environment for me anymore. So I just feel like I'm not old enough to go into a midlife crisis, but I feel like I'm going into 35 midlife crisis, and I'm like, no.
I hear that.
I can't have this midlife crisis at almost 35.
It's not a midlife crisis. It's just you realizing you need a different path, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
No.
But other than that, hopefully no rain this weekend for camping. What about
Fingers
you,
crossed.
Chan?
Yeah, I hope you don't have any rain either. I hope you guys have a great time.
How are you doing, Miss Chan?
I'm pretty good. I'm counting down the last week and a few days until my son turns 20, and I'm
holy crap.
I'm kind of doing the same thing, Lady Love, where I'm like, maybe it's a midlife crisis, but I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Like what's going on? Yeah, so that's happening. Him and I are having some pretty good conversations about just him starting some adventures, because I think that he's got a decent job. He needs to get the driving thing under his belt. He's got his bus that he needs to work on and get fixed up a little bit, but at the same time, it's been kind of a crazy year, and I told him he needs to get out, do some stuff, go explore some things. So he's going to go camping for his birthday weekend with some friends. So I'm not even going to get to see the kid on his birthday, little asshole.
I mean, you kicked him out. I mean, I'm just joking. Get out of the house. I want to see you, fucker.
Well, it's like Amy said, he did buy himself a vehicle and a house, like the bus.
Oh, there you go.
I was going to say, like, he bought a house?
Yeah.
What? That's amazing.
But
I'm actually jealous of that. That would be such a cool thing to have at that age, just to be able to just go and have an adventure and have a place to sleep and just like go.
It needs a little work, but if he puts the work into it, it's going to be a lot of fun for him. And I just found out that I think it's June 22nd that they're doing Waynestock in Fayetteville, West Virginia, where the New River Gorge is. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. it's a really big area in the summertime for people who are into like outdoor adventuring, like hiking and rock climbing and whitewater rafting and all that other kind of stuff. So it's like a big, like adventurous lifestyle area, but it's also a lot of hippie kids.
Neat.
So I told him about that, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to talk to a few people about this. So he's going to plan on buying his tickets to go to that. It's really not that expensive for the weekend, and it gets him a camp spot, which will be great. I just feel like it's time for him to get out and meet people and start to adventure. High school's over, time to go do something, kind of a conversation. And
Be a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't make bad decisions.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Go
I think
be
he's at the
stupid.
age where you meet the real people, like you can
Mhm.
technically become friends with.
That's
like,
a
more
good
long-term.
point there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, more long-term friendships than high school friendships. So that's happening. Sis and I are kind of going through our ups and downs because you know how it is when you're 16 and you're trying to get through high school and you're like, I don't want to fucking do this shit. So
That's my sister right there.
Yeah, her
And not
I
even
are
worse
at
that they can't have to do it so much remotely. That doesn't help any of that stuff.
Yeah, I
No.
mean she is charter schooled anyway, so it would have been remote school kind of a situation as it is, but like I just keep getting on her. I'm like, dude, you can just kind of like work at your own pace kind of a deal here. Like just do it. Just get it over with.
She's going through her life crisis.
She's going through her teen life crisis, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Just call that puberty,
you gotta
man.
admit, we all kind of went through that when we were like 16,
Yeah.
17.
It's
and
true.
we were like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we knew we needed to be still in high school, but it was also like we just want to do nothing. We just want to be
Right.
with our friends. We just want to hang out, but yet we have to do 8 hours of school each day
Mhm.
for 5 days a week, and
Yeah.
then 4 hours of homework and
I
2
think the
hours
other
and 2 hours of whatever we do after school.
It's
The other-
also finding your personality at
Yeah.
that age too.
Yeah.
You're essentially trying personalities on. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Is you
Yeah.
are experimenting. You're not a kid. You're trying to become an adult and seeing where you're gonna go.
But you're
Right.
still not seen as an adult, but
Correct.
you're not seen as a child. So
Correct.
it's kind of like,
Yeah.
So
what the fuck
frustrating.
am I?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she's like seeing her brother with the bus, and that's something like that's a big dream of hers too.
Mm-hmm.
So she's seeing that, and she's like, but that's where I'm supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's coming, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. Just
It's got to be a consequence of little kids. You see the older one doing it.
Yeah.
His younger siblings. You see the older one there, and you're ready. Like you're so close to it that you could taste
Mhm.
it. And you're just
Right.
like, I want to have that ability.
Yeah. And because she's like, I want out of PA. I want to get the hell out of Pennsylvania. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. I understand. I wanted out of Pennsylvania too when I was your age. As a matter
Mhm.
of fact, all my life I wanted out of fucking Pennsylvania. But it's just I keep telling her, like, hold on, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna get
Mhm.
there. Just relax, So
Yeah.
kind of going through the ringer with her on that kind of stuff, and then and of course Amy and I are going to the gym now, so
Gym ladies.
we're all like
gym rats.
getting buff and stuff. Not
Are you
really,
gonna start lifting weights and grunting?
kind of not really. Like her and I both have this like mentality about it that's like we're not going to do any more than we can handle. We're not going to break
Mhm.
ourselves trying to make this make this happen right now. We're just going to kind of like ease into it, take our time, but that still doesn't change the fact that like every once in a while whenever I know she said she does the same thing, but like when I'm approached with a certain thing and it's like, oh, I go to the gym now. I can do that.
I work out.
I can do that. I
work
work out. I go to the gym now. Kind of
I can do
thing.
squats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Let me show you the squat.
I'm walking the treadmill and doing curls. Just one of them stupid things, but yeah, I'm having really good luck with that machine. The with the vibration plate thing that I told you. Did I tell you guys about that?
Mhm.
It's actually changing the coloration in my scars, and it's making like the nerves in my left foot, which is the most severe of my neuropathy. I'm actually getting more function out of my toes, and I'm
Awesome.
feeling yeah, I actually have more feeling in it than I have in 5 years. So
That's
very
fantastic.
good.
Yeah, that is very good. Very good.
jiggling everything and it,
yeah, I'm able to spread the toes apart even, which is
Wow.
like, it's really odd to me. And I was running down the stairs and I actually like grabbed a hold of the edge of the stairs with my toe
Mm.
the one day because I was
Awesome.
trying to stop myself or slow myself down. And I was like, holy shit, did I just do that? You know?
Mhm.
So, and it's not an extreme amount of a change in most people's eyes, but as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned, it's like a world of
Mhm.
freaking
Hey, that's
difference.
all that matters,
So,
man.
Okay,
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
step closer to grass. That's what
That's
matters.
right.
There you go.
That's right, baby. We're
Get
getting there.
there. Get there. Get to grass. Grass, then dirt and sand. Gotta get all that.
It's gonna happen.
Sand is terrible. It gets everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
joking.
But
Random,
go ahead.
random sidebar. Have you ever tried walking on gravel,
As of right now,
or just before, or do you
yeah,
want
before.
to?
Oh yeah. I mean, I used to walk on blacktop barefoot all the time. My driveway was gravel. It was yeah.
As a kid, mine was too, and I'd be like, "Ow, ow, ow!" But then I wouldn't care. So
Yeah.
just
Right,
harden my feet.
right now I can't walk in flats over top of the bubbles that are on the handicap ramps, like the little bubbles that are in on like
Mhm.
that kind of crap. If I walk
Mhm.
on flats on that shit, I'm like like freaking out, like no. I'm trying to walk over it and stretch my legs out as far as I can so I can only do it with one foot or whatever, holding on to JD's arm like, here we go, 1 foot.
Next thing you know, you're going to be walking up and then you're not even going to realize it.
Probably, I'm hoping. I really am. I'm
Yeah.
actually hoping that this helps me cut down my nerve medication and completely eliminate it without having to find an alternative as far as medication goes. Because I'd rather cut it.
It's probably helping your circulation, getting your circulation
It
back
is.
and
Yeah.
flowing.
Yeah, because even with like this weather change and it's fucking cold out and I hate it.
Mm.
I'm not in as much pain. My foot isn't as numb and irritable, and I'm having an easier time with things. So I can tell that my circulation is better because even like the temperature on my skin isn't like it used to, like it would normally be. Because like the further away from my knees you would get towards my toes, it's like just feels like an ice block. It's fucking gross. But it's even like that's even better in both of my feet. Like right now, I don't have socks on. I have my slides on, and my right foot actually feels warm right now. It's cold. So it's just like these little things I'm noticing, and it's small things, but it's well worth it. And I'm like, it's pushing me to want to go to the gym more because I'm like, $20 a month. I'm gonna be running by the end of summer.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
it's just exciting to me that something that simple could be making that big of an adjustment. So
Yeah.
Yeah, let me put it this way. I remember when I first met you, and you still had the cuff crutches, and now I'm seeing you how you are.
well, I mean,
You have made.
I don't remember that far back.
I
don't remember
I think it was
what
one
that
of the
time frame.
first NJCCs, and you still were just for support. You had the crutches with the arm cuffs.
Yeah, I mean, I do still carry my cane around just in case, but it's just one of those things, man.
Badass.
It's all like you guys are saying, talking about balance right now. It's all about balance.
Mhm.
We're finding that balance, ladies. We're finding that groove.
Oh god, we're getting old, aren't we?
Yeah. How about you, Grims? What's going on? Tell me about this hat. I want to know what's going on.
That is an awesome hat, by the way.
Thank you. I can't remember who made it. I don't know if it was Kenner or something. I don't know. Some box that came out for Ninja Turtles recently. And Gort has been looking all over for the box, but we just could not find anyone that was a Walmart exclusive. So no one had it because it just kept getting bought out. So we just decided to eBay buy like the pieces. So there was this Krang hat in there, and I was like, I have to have it. Like I want it. So I made him get me this, and he got the t-shirts and the I guess there's like a magnet of pizza, and then like a Rocksteady and Bebop little key holder. But in there is also, well, we didn't get it, but there's like some Shredder, I think, figure, but he doesn't want that. So we just didn't. That's the thing I think people are trying to get the boxes for. We just wanted the other shit for it. So I have the hat, so I'm all like having fun with it. It
Yeah.
came in the other day, so I was like, I'll wear it on the stream. It'll be kind of funny. I don't know. These little leggy things, these little tentacles, they crack me up. I don't know.
Kind of looks like a jellyfish.
Yeah, it does look like a jellyfish.
I love it, man.
Look at, he's an angry jellyfish.
I love it. You got my favorite guy. Like, that's
Yeah.
my favorite bad guy right there, man.
Oh,
Like,
there you go. That's awesome.
It's just when I saw it, I was like, I have to have it. I have to have it. And Gort was like, I want it too. And I was like, but I'll wear
Yeah,
it.
I want it.
I'll actually wear it.
That's
like, I'll
the
wear it.
shit, man. I love
Because
that.
he doesn't
hat
like
so much.
beanies.
No?
So I mean, I think this would probably be the only beanie he would actually wear. So I'm trying to take good care of it. Funny enough, I show Ams earlier. It's like I put a piece of tissue paper underneath because I have makeup on, so I don't
Mhm.
ruin it. I'm trying to keep it very
Aw.
nice. Like I'm taking extra careful of it, which is very rare for me because I take very bad care of things. I just don't. I'm just like, whatever. It's life. I want to use it.
Yeah, yeah.
Outside of that, today I went to Joann's and bought like a ton of fabric to start for pin boards and stuff. Mainly because I had started the wedding pin board, which I told you guys about. I'll show you what I did so far, but I don't like it. I'm going to switch it to purple crushed velvet. But you kind of see as an example of the whole pin board. Here, I'll make myself a little bigger.
Yes, please.
So it has all the wedding pins like on it. I made it like a teal underneath with like a silver on top, but I just don't. It just doesn't stand out as much as I want it to. So I'm going to switch it to the crushed velvet, which is like a purple color, so that it kind of. Let me see if I grab it. It's like here, just so that it kind of stands out a lot better. It doesn't even show purple, whatever. But the point is that I think it'll stand out a lot nicer. But I do like how it's turning out. So it's like kind of just really pretty and all that stuff.
Yes,
So that's been the first pin board from it. And I did happen to last Saturday. Oh my God. I ended up getting all the pins that I needed for the wedding pin board. So I'm very, very, very happy. But people do not stop releasing pins and it makes me very upset. But yeah, so that's been kind of my adventure for the most part outside of family things and things of that nature. But yeah, I bought, I'm also really excited about this fabric. So I'm going to share this one too. So I love Sonic the Hedgehog. I think I've talked about it. So they have some cool Sonic the Hedgehog comic thing. And then there's also this other Sonic over here with Tails, because Tails is my favorite. I think
Nice.
so I'm going to send these to my mom. She'll make me pillowcases out of them. I'm sure I can make it too. But it's nice. So it's like my mom made a pillowcase for me. So I got a lot of other like cool Harry Potter ones, which I'm sure Lady Love would enjoy. Like I got the Marauders map. So I'm totally using that. I even bought an extra yard of that so my mom can make a pillowcase of it.
I have a bag that a family friend of ours made that has the Marauders map on it.
Yeah, I love the Marauders map. And plus I have a bunch of pins that'll work with it. So that's going to be part of it.
Yeah, I have a Marauders map mug.
Yeah, the Churn's colors. Hot hit.
This one doesn't change. It was a $5 Walmart mug.
Oh, okay.
But I think I do have one somewhere packed away that
has the color change to it. Yeah,
color.
I like that one. I also got this cool rainbow one, which I'll use for my pride bag.
Cool. I love that.
Like all cool rainbowy and stuff. I wasn't quite sure because one of my bags is going to be coming in, the one that has the interchangeable front faces. So now I got to start.
It reminds me of like the 90s like tie dye kind of rainbow.
Yeah, like it's just kind of. I like it because it's like very bright, vibrant. I don't know. I spent too much time in the fabric store just like looking at all the fabrics and stuff of that nature.
No, it's okay. I understand.
This is cool. This is cool. Like I had like a very small piece for the Nightmare Before Christmas. I also got that too. I thought it was cool. Not too extreme, but they will at least look good with the other ones.
I have to stop myself because right across the street from where I work is a shopping plaza with an Ulta. Now, I don't wear a hell of a lot of makeup, but there's an Ulta in there. And a Michaels.
Oh, yeah.
I have to stop myself. I'm like, no, you are not allowed. No, don't. You're not allowed to go in.
Dangerous for me.
I'm like, I have canvases. I have paints. I don't. Nope. Stay out. Nope.
Yeah.
I want to go back. I want to go in so much and like grab stuff. And I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'll see someone
so
like,
hard.
I'll see something on YouTube and I'm like, oh, I really want to do that. Like, I'll see someone like watercolor, and I'm like, oh, I really want to do watercoloring now. I'm like,
I need to figure out it's like watercolor. Actually watercolor is pretty cool. My stepmom does watercolor, and she's really good at it. Like fantastically good at it. It's scary how good she is at it. I like to play with acrylics, and I'm trying to decide because I have a bunch of pins that'll be incoming soon.
Yeah,
they're gonna
I'm
be
excited
coming.
for those.
I am too, and I tried. Like I've been noodling with what to do with them when I get them.
Because I gotta make a pin board. Make a pin board. Find some cool fabric.
I'm gonna make a pin painting.
Okay. Oh, okay. Use canvas. Yeah, that'll be good.
I'm gonna paint something that is relates to the show, and then I'm gonna use that as a pin board. Yeah,
because you got it where it's like every single character kind of combo from it. You did the whole shebang.
I did the whole shebang. I spent so much flipping money. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was I mean, his stuff, and I could say because of the few pins that I have gotten from him, the Harley Quinn and the Spidey pool, they're pretty good, and they're pretty sizable too, considering how much it is. I've spent that same amount of pins for something that's like half the size of that, so it's actually really, really, really good quality and nice size. So you're getting a good bang for your buck, especially the Kickstarter pricing.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it, but I figure I'm gonna try to do like a cool painting that kind of at least one, probably maybe more. I don't know. Like depends on how big they are and like the canvas size I have and all that. But yeah, I'm gonna make some sort of like multimedia art piece out of it. I think
that'll be really good.
Excited! I'm so excited to see your creations. Really.
Yeah,
it'll be fun. I haven't painted in ages. I was cleaning out the room we use for like our crafts, like the table. The table, like half of it's a third of it's mine for my stuff. Nick it's supposed to be half and half. Nick kind of took over the 2/3 of the table for like his little custom action figures. But he's making me a custom Sam and Dean, so I can't fault him to take up too much space.
Yeah, the type of things that people do with these pins, like pin boards are most common, but I've seen some pretty cool ones. Like there's some people do like potions and spell books, and I don't know if I shared it in the chat, but it was like one that was kind of like it was like a mini shelf, and they put like actual potions with the potion pins and the book pins, so it made it look pretty cool against it. So you could really be creative with it, like as you're doing
that is cool.
The canvas that works with it, so it's just custom based on what you want.
Yeah, what I used to do, because I used to get Loot Crate for Firefly, another show I really like. I got used to get the Loot Crate for that until they kind of just like fell off the rails with it, and it came with a pin every month or every quarter, or whatever, however often it came. I think it was every quarter. And I took all the pins and I put them on the little bag I carried for work. That was like, because I didn't have an office. I had like a cubby, so I had a briefcase I kept a lot of my stuff in, and I put all my pins on that. So I had like people like to tease me, but I'm like, I enjoy it.
Exactly.
It was a heavy canvas like briefcase, so it actually held pretty good.
I started putting mine on the straps of my backpack, like here, from here to here,
like flare things of that. I mean, I think it's starting to become more of a thing. Like slowly, the culture of fandom culture seems to just expand, because there is something out there that will eventually get there. For example, Supernatural. No one would think that necessarily probably would be like a fandom style thing until you watch it and it becomes something. I mean, Schitt's Creek has its own real fandom thing, and there's all this merch that you can get for it that people make and stuff like that, and no one would think that would be something that would be like something. In fact, I just bought Funko Pops for it. So
the crocheter I follow on Instagram, Crochet and So Callie, she actually made 2 pillows that are for Schitt's Creek. It was one was just fuck off, but it was in like a cursive font, and then what was it, like I'm speaking or something like that? I don't know. I haven't seen Schitt's Creek yet. But she did do like 2 pillows for it and crochet, and I'm like,
talking about Schitt's Creek. I was watching Jeopardy, and there was this question, and one of the people rang in and said, thought they gave the answer Schitt's Creek. It was wrong, but they had to flash up the spelling of Schitt's Creek. People didn't think they actually said.
Yes, that's only bad.
It's a name,
which is part of the whole intention.
I saw that one. I was like, oh my god, they had to put the spelling up so people.
I love that show.
That's awesome.
Like someone's 80-year-old grandmother wouldn't get up into watching the show. Which I will
bebe.
enjoy
A
watching
bebe.
Jeopardy. I will.
Yeah, I need to have that. Yeah.
That's on pre-order right now on Target, and I had to have it. I was like, oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
I need to pre-order that.
so cute. And she's got a little cheese right there. Cheese.
Yeah.
Oh my
Fold
God.
in the cheese.
Fold in the cheese. What do you mean fold in the cheese? Just fold it in.
That sounds so silly.
But what does that mean? Just fold it in.
I
Anyway.
will watch it after I finish because tomorrow is going to be the last episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Oh my God, it's fantastic. Oh my God, they address race so eloquently and beautifully and elegantly, and I absolutely love it. And I'm just like, oh, it's so awesome.
Yeah, that last episode was
Bethany.
a tough one.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I wanted to like message in the chat, but then like only you would have known, and I'll be like, crap, I can't talk about this. So
I watched it. I'm pretty sure we've all watched
so
it.
I think we're gonna actually
Not
watch
Kat.
it
Kat didn't
tomorrow.
watch it.
I have to get caught up.
Camping.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, I
one more
mean,
time.
I'll take Sebastian Stan any day. Like,
Oh, hells yeah.
That's
He
a
toned down,
guy.
which was interesting. I kind of like. Well, I mean, I kind of like it, but he toned down. Like, you notice that, right? He's not like so muscly anymore.
That type of physique
Interesting.
is so hard though to maintain, and like that really. I read a really interesting article on it recently about how Hollywood beauty standards and how for women they are ridiculous, and we all know and agree on that. But it also touched on for men how a lot of it's very ridiculous as well. Like that overly cut and toned look actually requires dehydration
Mm-hmm.
And starvation.
and starvation.
Yeah.
But mostly the dehydration, and honestly, that's like really hard to do, especially if like for a movie, yeah, you're doing like a couple scenes here, your shirt's off or whatever. But for like a multi-series, like multi-show series was a lot longer to film, I would think. It's like it's
Right.
ridiculous what they, it's just ridiculous beauty standards, period, just regardless of gender. But the dehydration probably is just too much to try to maintain.
Oh, God, what's his name? That's why forgetting his name. He did Wolverine for over a decade.
Jackman.
Thank you.
Jackman.
That's why he stopped, because he was like, this is just too much. The regime is too much. I have to stay cut like all the time. He's getting older too, and he's like, I'm good. So like he bowed out.
Yeah, he was
because
actually
of that.
quoted in that article. He's like, yeah, it takes 3 days to die of dehydration. And when you're about halfway there, they yell action. And he actually was quoted in that article about it. It was actually pretty interesting. But yeah, because I honestly, it caught me because there were shirtless pictures of guys to catch your interest to click on the article.
Exactly. Got you in there.
But I actually read the whole article. So
Did you
Good
guys
job.
Did you guys see the guy comic pinup stuff that like pictures that were going around? Did you guys see those yet?
oh my god, those were awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
like
love the
the
chicken
drama.
fluffy butt. That was my favorite.
I don't think I've seen them. I'll have to check them
What
out.
is it? Can you share it in
Uh,
chat and I'll put it on the screen?
So, like, let me see if I can pull it up. Hero.
Do you think if I share that photo of Sebastian Stan on screen that we would get flagged at all? I mean, he put it on Instagram.
It
don't know.
yeah, it should be public use. It should be
It's
fine.
public
Yeah,
use.
there you
Okay,
go.
okay. I just wasn't-
Pop
I'm
it up.
just-
Just don't leave it up for too long.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just.
They were already mature, so
I was gonna say like there's this lovely photo of Sebastian Stan that he posted. Oh, it didn't pop up. There we go. There we go.
Oh, hi.
What?
Yeah. Very nice.
Listen to
Nice.
that.
Excuse you?
Yeah, exactly. That's my favorite. I just want to say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I gotta start following people on Instagram. Crap.
Yeah, that was a good
Maybe I
one.
should. Hang on.
You guys are funny.
That's like the one
found-
form of social media I don't spend a whole lot of time on for some reason.
Let's see.
Yeah, I
Kinda
still say
garbage.
that scene in what was it? Civil War? No, is it Civil War? Yeah, Civil War. Where he takes the motorcycle. That is still the best. It's like,
yeah.
that scene. I could watch it. It's like, oh god. Where do you want me and in what position? That's all.
And Maya, yes, that was a very cheeky photo.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I
very
know,
cheap,
yeah.
very nice. cheap.
There's the article. The pictures are scattered through the
Okay.
inside the article.
Oh, I have not seen this, so let's share this.
You'll probably have to scroll through to find the pictures.
Yeah, I gotta
There you
open up in multiple tabs. Here we go. So I won't be able to see, so you'll have to let me know if there's any issues. Okay, so we got a cap right here.
There's Captain America.
Hello.
Yeah.
If you
Looking
keep
good.
going, they'll be bigger. That's just like the
Okay.
preview of the
Let's see.
article. Dun, 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 dun.
There you go. Hold on, come on.
Are the pictures not popping up?
Oh, stop. I'll just do it this way. Maybe? There we go. Okay, here we go. So.
Oh my god.
That was a good one. Oh, I love the zippers.
He's got the little
Okay,
Hulk
let me see if I can try to do
yeah.
this again. Okay, here we go.
Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no. Oh no.
The garters. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's looking good. That's the shout out photos. But it's a panther. Here we go. Oh,
T'Challa.
I was worried there for a second. That's weird. Not bad. So next, come on.
He
Okay.
goes to the gym.
Oh,
He goes to the
goodness.
gym. See?
Yeah, I work
He
out.
works out.
No, who's this? Who's this?
Star Lord.
Nice.
That was cute. Look at the
I like the little baby. The big little group.
Oh,
Yes. There we go. Oh no.
I'm not
Oh
sure.
no. Oh no.
Goodbye to Tony Stark.
Yeah,
I
here we
think
go.
I'm good.
Oh, there we go. Oh wow. I reinstate
Not much
my
to
sentence I said
imagination.
earlier. And then of course we've seen this one. Very nice, very nice.
Why is
there
this
more?
underwear in the plant? Wait a minute.
After oh wait, this is fuck up. No, this is not Marvel. Get this fuck out of here. No one cares about that.
Jason Momoa, though.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's it.
Yeah.
Okay,
You can enjoy Jason
to be
Momoa.
in the bush in the plant.
Yeah.
Think about it. If it gets thrown off, where it could land?
Oh, okay. Why do you still have socks on?
What's his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because some guys they keep it on. I don't know why.
Semi-
Oh,
serious question.
Hey, you should go to his Instagram. It's David Talaski draws. David Talaski draws.
But
David Talaski. Okay, let's take a look. Go ahead.
Talaski.
when it comes to like bedroom stuff, and I'll just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Socks
pretty
on
good.
or off?
Oh,
'Cause they
I don't
gotta stay
care.
off, man.
I don't
I
care.
don't sleep with socks. I
Oh,
sleep
for
with
me?
Yeah, for you, yeah.
socks, and if I'm not feeling good, but in the
It depends on the socks, and to sleep, I have to take them off.
I do not believe the study that apparently women are like closer to orgasm if they have socks on. I don't believe that for a second. I don't know why.
Wait.
I would make
That's
an argument
bullshit.
only not necessarily the socks on, but I like the room to be warm. So like having a heater on or something like that helps with it.
I feel like someone who doesn't know made that up.
Right, I'm
that
like-
doesn't sound real.
It's just like
That
that.
doesn't
Did you
sound
guys
real.
ever watch Now and Then, the movie, and they talk about how like boobs are like Jello or they're like pudding or just like chocolate pudding? It gives it a more realistic texture.
Oh yeah, because they were filling balloons with
Yeah,
it.
you
Yeah,
fill in
yeah.
the balloons with it. But what was it? Oh, I'm thinking of 40-Year-Old Virgin, where the guy's all like, yeah, I was grabbing her boob and it felt like a bag of sand.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, bag of,
What?
have you
Yeah.
ever felt a boob?
no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
A bag of sand?
It's
And
like
he's-
closest to Jello.
yeah, and he's coming home. He's riding his bike. He's like, why did I say a bag of sand? I'm so dumb.
Brink, I think you gross
Oh.
stands out, man. Like I think
No,
she's
Brian.
Wait, what?
no,
Disgusting.
no.
Oh.
Let me share that on the
Oh,
screen.
gotcha.
Oh, dear
He
Lord.
gotcha.
Yeah. Says Ams is like, how are my toes gonna get sucked if I leave my socks on?
No, that's for you, man. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. No.
Nope.
So I pulled up the guy's Instagram. So let me see if I can get that shared real quick.
Probably would have been
So-
easier if I would have remembered his name.
Yeah, from there. It's got a lot of
Aww.
oh, 3 times. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
So
Aw, these are cool. Look
ooh,
at that.
look at that. Yeah,
Look at
that's
unicorn.
one right there. Hell yeah.
Oh, he has like an expertly coiffed beard, and I love
Yeah.
it.
That's so good.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, the mermen are definitely a thing.
Oh my god, I
Yeah.
love those.
Those are fantastic.
Those
I
are my
gotta admit,
favorite
I like the
ones.
Aquaman. That you I gotta admit, the Aquaman is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I think Grimm's is into the Loki. Kidding.
Yeah. Well, no, this one is definitely the.
Yeah. Is that your favorite?
That one, yeah.
Dude.
That's pretty damn
His hair is a
good.
little too long for me. I like it when it's a little shorter. But outside of that, yeah, I like
It
those
doesn't leave much
cheeks.
to the imagination.
It's that line.
I would like them more on the side of the bed, but I'm just saying.
It's that line on the hips. I don't get it, man. It's just every time. I don't get it.
Oh, who wants Green
Oh.
Lantern?
I don't
Yeah.
like Green Lantern.
Why couldn't they make it Ryan Reynolds? Like,
Yeah, I know, right?
what was
I
even
don't even
the
think
point of
anyone
that?
wants to remember that Green Lantern.
Right,
Ryan
I
Reynolds
think a
doesn't
lot of
want
people are
to.
trying to forget
Wait,
that.
is this
Is that
World of
wait,
Warcraft?
What?
Yeah, it is. It says right here, World of Warcraft.
Oh,
Dang.
Oh.
Beefy,
Something tells me this artist does a lot of NSFW stuff that's not on here. So
possibly.
it's probably another website.
There's other alternate options.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Ooh,
maybe.
Bulbasaur.
Here's a random cute Bulbasaur. Hello.
Ooh, Murlocs. I like the Murlocs. Trying to see if there's anything else. And we're at the beginning. So yeah.
Maybe he has other websites or something, but that's
Mhm.
it's a pretty. I like his style. It's got some cool
cute.
stuff on there.
I like the Thor one too. with the hammer.
yeah, that's cute. Well
So,
placed
yes.
hammer.
So ladies, this week's topic is dinner, having a dinner party of 4. So 3 other people that you would want to have a dinner party for. Now this could be any 3 people. It could be dead, alive, people you admire, people you are just interested. Maybe there's a mass murderer you would like to have a dinner party with and kind of find out why are you a
What's
fucked up
up?
person.
Yeah.
And see if they're curious or any of that, or just people in general that you happen to know. So anyone, are you kidding me right now? My cat just literally, sorry, I'm just going to show this real quick and then we'll get back to topic. She is straight up, let me see if I can get it.
We're almost an hour in and we haven't hit the
on my
topic yet.
pinboard
Aw.
as it's a bed. You little brat. Anywho. Sorry
She's
about that.
horrible.
Laying on my pinboard. Are you kidding me, my bro? Anywho, so yeah, who would you pick for your dinner party and why, or what questions would you ask?
This
Anyone
is
want to start?
tough.
You can pick one person and then you can kind of build your other 3 as it goes on.
Yeah.
Well, I have mine's kind of weird because
Go for it. I like weird.
Yeah.
one person would be my grandfather.
Mhm.
He passed when I was 12 very suddenly of a stroke. I would love a chance to have him sit down and have a meal with him and spend some more time with him. That's like my serious, like, emotional one where it's like,
right. Gotcha.
and then one is a fictional character,
Who?
God, I didn't think about that.
Dean Winchester,
Dean Winchester.
because I love that. I love the universe they created with that show. And honestly, and I know I sound like silly, but he played a very complex character with a lot of like trauma and like coping mechanisms, healthy and unhealthy, and like a lot of emotional repression and a lot of like turmoil. And I would love to like sit down and kind of like dig through that with him. But honestly, for a third person, it's a very mismatched dinner party.
That's
James Harriet.
okay.
He was a veterinarian in England way back in the day. He wrote books, though, where his actual name was like Alfred White or Witt, or I'm not sure how it was pronounced, but he went with a pen name. But he had the best stories. And I fell in love with his stories when I was a kid, and that's why I became a veterinarian.
He's not the author of All Creatures Great and Small.
Uh-huh.
I thought I recognized that name. I love those books.
All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. Those are the names of his books. It's actually based on a poem. But the book that got me was James Herriot's 50 Greatest Dog Stories. It was a compilation of all these dog stories that he had written. And I still have I still have this book. It was secondhand when I got it, and I read it. I was at my dad's, and he's like, "Yeah, your stepsister at the time, my first step sibling. I've had 2 stepmoms, multiple step siblings, but blended family, it works. But she had left like a box of stuff she didn't want, and one thing was a hair crimper. You know, we're going back a ways, where that was. You know, remember the crimp for the hair, where it was like made little geometric bumps in your hair.
Yeah.
There's one of those, some like other random like doodads, and a couple of books. And this book, you could tell, was secondhand when she got it. I mean, it was beat to hell. You should see it now; it's even worse. But I always love to read, and so I was like, oh, cool, you know. And so I picked this book up. I started reading it, and I'm like, I want to do that. I was 12 years old. And that's when I was like, that's what I'm going to do.
Nice.
So that would be my dinner party. One like serious conversation, one emotional conversation, and one just fandom type of conversation.
Very nice.
I like that. Now I'm thinking
it's a well-rounded thing. Would you know what you would have to eat? Like what would be the meal? Do you know?
If I had my pick, it would be a sushi place.
Ooh. I just want to go to a sushi place again, man. I am so when I go to restaurants. When I go to the Japanese restaurant in Colombia and just like get some sake and some authentic made sushi, and
we're lucky. We have this great place called Ichiban near us, and it's like this really small place, kind of a hole in the wall, but they distance like. When they finally reopened to indoor, in-person dining, couldn't think of the word there. Half the restaurants closed. Like it's one table, and then like 12 feet away, another table. Like it's so well distanced, we actually feel comfortable going there. So we've actually gone a couple times.
I might just bite the bullet and do that once Max and I get vaccinated. Oh yeah.
I'm still trying to get vaccinated because what mini rant?
Go for it.
The fucking moronic, idiotic piece of shit governor I have in the state has completely and utterly botched the vaccine rollout.
I don't doubt it.
So getting a vaccine has proved problematic.
I figured you'd be one of the first since you're in the medical field too.
No, first it was just old people in the rich areas that donated to him. Like the villages, and there was, it was the vaccine rollout focused very much on the enclaves of old white Republicans. Now it's widened, but now everyone and their brother's scrambling to get one. So now it's hard. I mean, I can probably get an appointment. There's availabilities, but there are also days. They're like 2-hour big windows. They're scheduling appointments, and they're the days I work. I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to do this?
Right.
Yeah, welcome to the dumpster fire of your state.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, I love
Florida.
I love living here. I do. I know the weather's good. There's no snow.
Those are funny.
But holy God, the fucking politics here just. I want to.
There's hurricanes though. Like that's gotta make up for something. You don't get snow, but
you're enough inland that you probably you might get the effects of hurricanes, but not like you would.
We don't get hit where we are, because for a hurricane to get to me, it has to go up the Gulf of Mexico, which a lot of them do, but then it would have to turn right.
Yeah,
they just keep going straight.
Yeah,
and so they hit Louisiana. They hit
Mobile,
Texas, Alabama. I get like the outer bands. I get wind. I get rain.
Right.
The one we had, I don't remember its name. That was kind of serious because it was like, oh shit! It was like it was going to come right up the middle, like right up the dick that is Florida, like right up. It was supposed to hit us.
I'm writing that one down too.
It looks like it too. It looks like America's dick. It's just hanging there.
It really does. It dangles there.
What was it? The dick of Florida, or what was it?
Yeah, the dick that is Florida, because it's basically at the top. There's one ball, The other ball got washed away to sea, and then there's a dick dangling, and that's Florida.
That is Florida. That's
we
right
had-
down.
I
Yeah.
love
Yeah,
it.
It's in the book.
We had one that
So would that make
kind of
make
hit
what
us
is it?
a little bit, but not too bad even.
Puerto Rico seaman? Is that Puerto Rico?
The keys. You're thinking the keys.
Oh my
The keys,
God,
that's what
they're
I'm
totally
thinking.
semen.
The keys
Oh
are
my
jizz.
God,
That's
it's
so
the
fucked up to
jizz.
me.
Actually, I think the keys. Honestly, I think the keys are pre-cum. I think Cuba's actual puddleages.
That's what I say. It's the puddle jet, but if it's like, is it on the dick? Because if it's on the dick, maybe it's like herpes.
Ooh.
Is it?
Oh,
Is that the
no.
keys that's on it, like around it?
No, the keys like dribble off the end.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Maybe I'm thinking of a different area of Florida.
I want to take a map of the U.S. and just start.
Yeah, I can start.
Just take a Sharpie, so you know. Everyone else, is taking a
Florida.
Sharpie.
That's so funny. I'm sorry. Anyway, go ahead. You're talking about hurricanes. Here we go.
We actually only had one that
even know
kind of
what
got
we're
to us,
talking
and like
about.
everything shut down because it was actually projected to like come up like the middle of the state and actually hit us. But then it veered off to the side, and we had some serious rain and wind, but it wasn't anything. And that's it. I mean, it's very hard to get to where we are. It's very hard for a hurricane to get to us. So
That
we're in
sweet
pretty good
spot.
shape.
Neat.
Now, if we could just get rid of the 4-inch long cockroaches that live down here. Yeah. It was hilarious. Last night, I get up, I come out, I went to try to go to bed, and I could not fall asleep. Couldn't do it.
No.
I laid down, my brain all of a sudden went, "Hey, Macarena." And so, like you guys ever have that happen when you
Yeah.
lay down, you
Yep.
try to go to sleep, and all of a sudden your brain just goes, and then just
Yeah.
Mhm.
won't
Yep.
stop.
Mhm.
So after like 10 minutes of tossing and turning, I'm like, screw this. I come back out to the living room, sit down. I'm like, oh, I'm thirsty. Get up to go get something to drink. Flick on the light, and there's a fucking palmetto bug in the middle of my kitchen, my clean kitchen. I mean, these things just show up. It's not an indication that your house is dirty. It's just an indication that you live in fucking Florida. And we have like a Mexican standoff. I'm looking at it. It looks at me, then it tries to run, and then it changes its mind and charges me.
Oh my God.
And then it died.
Yeah.
Because I
Nope.
I stomped on it, and then I made my son pick it up, throw it away. I'll kill him, but I won't pick up the corpses. I won't do it.
No, Maya.
No,
Just real quick,
Maya.
I know what I was thinking of. So I was thinking of the Canaveral. That's what I was thinking of.
Canaveral.
No,
Canaveral.
Canaveral.
Yeah,
whatever
that's
that
Like a bump.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
that's
of.
herpes.
Oh,
That's
geez.
herpes.
I wasn't thinking
Yeah,
down here. I was
that's a
thinking up there.
herpes bump. Okay, so
Yeah, herpes.
so that's not the Atlantic side. Actually, is the side that gets hit. You see, if you look at Tampa
Mhm.
on the other side, the other coast. I live just kind of north of Tampa.
Okay.
Actually, north of
Oh.
Clearwater and St. Pete. So if you move, right about down a little bit, down a little bit, down a little bit. Take that cursor down just a hair, a little bit,
There?
right about there. Yep, that's about where I
Okay.
live.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I thought you were in between Tampa and Orlando. You're further towards the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, I am 15 minutes from the Gulf.
Okay.
Like legit, I can be on a beach inside of 15 minutes if I wanted to.
Yeah,
be.
if you go up into Alabama, my sister and her husband live right on the other side of Mobile Bay.
Oh, okay.
And she actually used to work in Orange County, so she actually used to work on the beach.
Oh, nice.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. So someone want to read that?
The people up in the Panhandle, yes.
Yes.
So
Down
Maya
here, not so
says,
much.
so would Floridians be the equivalent of pubic lice? Just for our listeners.
Yes.
Now up in the Panhandle, yeah, I could run with that. But I live on the schlong part. There's the lice don't live on the
Kate, I'm
Yeah.
trying to drink coffee. I almost spit it at the computer. Like I was this close. This close. You're getting me tonight, man. You're getting me.
Sorry.
Good job. We got
Writing
you
that
one
one
of our
down
topics.
too.
At least
I live
you
on the
don't live on the
schlong is going in the
side.
book.
At least you don't live on the side where there's the herpes.
Yeah, this is exactly right. You know, I live
You
on
live on
the.
the backside.
You live on
Yeah.
the underside of a schlong. Or
Just wear all
Uh,
this with the sweat that
oh.
sticks to the inner leg, like
Oh,
Yeah.
or, you know.
Why?
Or you have to do the underwear jiggle, the leg jiggle. You know?
Velcro, just peel it
Or
off.
if it's a drag queen, just it's just shoved right there and taped down.
Oh my god. Oh. They duct tape it. They like shove their junk in their bodies and duct
Mhm.
tape it. Like,
That's
oh my
nice smooth.
god,
Nice and
man.
smooth. You guys got to go there. It gets nice and flaccid. You can't
Commitment.
pee. As soon as
God
you do it,
forbid.
you do it. You're not peeing the rest of the night. Be
Yeah,
very
God forbid
wary.
you have to pee, like, because that's not
Yeah.
happening.
Nope.
It's not happening.
No.
It's not happening. They say that's
No.
the biggest struggle. It's that's why some queens they do longer dresses rather than the tighted fitted ones.
Ooh, there you
We
go.
have some freedom.
That's smart. Because
So
it's
floor
bad.
humidity is peen sweat. Nice.
Yes.
It's bad enough if you're wearing like a shaper or something and you got to pee. Can you imagine if you had to like wear a shaper and then untape something too? No, thank you.
Yeah. No.
It's a lot of
Like,
work.
Yeah, exactly.
Total
Yeah.
commitment.
Anywho, anyone else have people that they would like to have a wonderful dinner for?
Hang on, I need to I was laughing too hard. I need to come off of that. Wait a minute.
We got too distracted on
I
Yeah.
have some
Florida
if
being
no one
America's
has anything in
schlong.
mind.
I do. I think I do. I
Hold
know.
Okay, Amsy go.
So, okay, I know I mentioned this before, but I'd love to see my mother-in-law again. She has passed away in 2008, so you do the math. I don't know how many years that's been. Anyway.
13.
It's okay.
13? Okay.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, I care, but, you know. So I'd love
It's
to be
math.
able to...
I get it.
Yeah. I'm a creative, okay? I
I
have
know.
time for math.
Totally no.
Exactly.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm giggly now. So yeah, her definitely. I'd love to talk to her.
Sorry. You're getting serious. I was just like, I gotta.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'll giggle afterwards. Anyway. So my great grandmother on my dad's side, his grandma Mullen. So and apparently she was like the super smart, like Stephen Hawking level smart woman. I'd love to be able to meet her and talk to her because she like passed long before I even existed. So I'd love to be able to like talk to her and just like pick her brain, be like, hey, how are you? You know, and just see how she is. And then I think my third person, since I'm still going through the series right now, would be Jrr Tolkien. Because oh my god, I love like how do you create a language? Like how do you do that?
It's a good question.
It doesn't sound like gibberish. Like it sounds like an actual like wow. Like he created Elvish and then Orcish and then all the languages in his own book. He did what I would do. Is like be like, oh, I want to make a story. No, I'm making the whole world.
Right.
Make it convincing. Right. So I'm just like I would love to pick his brain and be like, dude, how'd you do this? Like wow, like I'm so like floored and enamored and what's going on in your head. So I think that'd be my three people. There's definitely more people I'd love to talk to and maybe have a dinner party. Like I'd love to see how crazy the the postmodern artists were, like Andy Warhol.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Or
when you use your
down with Picasso.
Oh, that'd be nice. I would love to. But when you use your own urine to make art, I really want to know what type of person that is.
Question. That's the type of questions. These are the deep questions that we need to get to.
Right. Yeah. Like Warhol was that person. He did that. And I learned that in art history in college, and I was just like, excuse me? What?
Did he just want to put a piece of himself into his work? Maybe.
I guess. Oh, so gross. And Dolly.
That makes me wonder what Pollock used then. I know.
That's what they say.
Never know.
Ideas.
Oh my god. And Dolly was just like, of course, off the wall, but he was friends with Picasso and he married Frida. So, there's certain artists I'd be like, I don't like you. I want to pick your brain. And, I just.
Yeah.
So I think that would be my choice. I know I said more than 3, but
I think I know my 3. I'm kind of like Kate. I would love to have my grandfather, because he passed away when I was 12, and I know he would have some great stories when he was in the army, and some of the stuff he did during like some of the wars, and the fact that he grew up during the Great Depression. What was that like? Those stories that I never got to ask, because obviously I was too young to be able to ask those. I didn't know. And so it would be, those would be like stories I'd love to hear. And kind of like Kate, he died just abruptly, very suddenly. He just died. I think another one would be Laura Ingalls Wilder, because I love the Little House on the Prairie books. And I think just kind of her story, because a lot of it was based off of kind of her life. And I think the other one would be the composer John Williams, because I love his music. I love listening to his music. And
That's pretty awesome.
And just where he gets his inspirations from. And I mean, it's amazing music to listen to, but also just to play. And I think as a musician, it would just be so much fun to just sit down with him and be like, so, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Why did you do this part here?
Exactly. I like that. Yeah.
I went musically too. That's kind of funny, because I didn't go artistically, and I thought maybe I might, but I didn't. I'd want to sit down with Prince, because he's just rad. You know what I mean? Like, he's just a rad dude, and I want to talk to him because, like, later in life he did go Jehovah's Witness, and I want to know what's up with that. Like, I want answers. I want to talk about this. Like, get down into the nitty gritty of it. Willie, because I just love Willie Nelson. I just love him. I know his story. I know his life story. I know what he went through, and I just want to sit down and chill with him. Ask him some questions. He's lived a long life. And Maya Angelou.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh man, that reminds me. I'd love to.
It would be really fun. Jimi Hendrix.
There you go. I'm just thinking of famous Black people now, because I want to like. I would love to like meet and talk with Eartha Kitt. Oh goodness. I love her music. I loved her. I loved her as an actress. Like, oh my gosh. So.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. What about you, Grims? What are yours? We want to hear. Come on.
Well, yours guys are also serious. Like, one of mine is kind of serious. I'll kind of debated between 2 for that, but I'll save that one for last. I went more with like fun people that I would be kind of curious to see. I went with one of a Twitch streamer, who I've been like weirdly obsessed with lately. His name is Chilled Chaos. He just Twitch streams like 5 times a week, and I just put it on and watch it. And he plays mostly Among Us and like other games. And it's just, he's so funny and he's so nerdy and just so weird. And it's just kind of like, I just get a kick out of it, that I would just like to see him as like a person outside of, online, you kind of do these gaming and stuff. I pulled up a photo of his so you guys can kind of see like what he looks like. But I find him just kind of just interesting. Like, I would just be very curious just to see, like, apparently he's been gaming for like for like 13 years online.
That's cute.
And things of that nature.
So dorky looking.
Yeah, he's very, very dorky looking. But he, I don't know. But he's out there, and he's just like, doesn't give a fuck. And he just really, I don't know. He just cracks me up. Here's another photo of him. I'll try to pull that one up. Yeah, that one. So yeah, he's just really, really nerdy.
Oh my
type stuff.
It looks like a lot of fun.
And I would just
wait a minute.
He looks like a newer version of Pee Wee Herman almost.
Yeah, kind of has some of that. Like, he tells a lot of his life. He's Italian. He's, I think, from New York, so he kind of has that personality. Although he lives in Texas now, he has a girlfriend that they've been together, and they're going to get married at some point after COVID. They have a dog. Nice. They have a tortoise named Tortellini, and so it's like, and his dog is Rex, and it's like, it's all this like really cute stuff, and you get him involved in these people's lives, and I just be like, Yeah, I have a slight crush on you, but it's not so much that. I just like would like to get in your mind a little bit, just kind of see like where did you start with this game? You clearly you're gaming. You were there like when it's really starting to pick up and being able to do it. And now you make this as like I think he does have an actual job too. I think he does like IT, but it's like he also does gaming as a very source of income as well and all that type of stuff. And it just brings him down. I just be very curious because that was a life that I think I would like to kind of live. He plays with people. There's a guy on there named Junkyard. I'm all gamer names, but he's older. He's like, I think he's older than me, but they make fun of him as like the old man. They call him the boomer, but he still games and he's about this community of all these people. And it's just like, yeah, like I would love that. I would love to be in that. I would love to see it. And he's one of the more popular ones. And that's why I would pick him.
I think I've seen him. Yeah. He's played with Jacksepticeye. And
yeah,
Markiplier.
He plays with a lot of people and they get put in charity events and all that stuff. And I'd just be very curious, just like, how did you maneuver yourself into there? Because I think that I would want to pick my life like in that. Like if I could redo my life again and make the right decisions, I would either like, when I was really into starting to do cosplay, was before cosplay became a thing. I would love to be a big cosplayer and being able to have that be my life, or being a gamer because I was into WoW and all these things in those years. And all I had to do was put it online. Maybe I could have been a streamer. Like, what if I made these things different? I would just be very curious to live that life, which kind of is a future person. The second person I would pick is Jenna Marbles, just because what the past year after stuff had coming up for her making fun of Asian people, which in your past, when you're younger, you don't know better. You'd say stupid stuff. Like if anyone's going to say that they haven't said racist things in the past, then you're a liar because everyone does it. You just don't know better. You learn that you've done it and you apologize for it and you just try to make better to not do it again, but you're going to do it again because it happens. And she makes an effort to be very open in community and she apologized, but somehow some video came in and so it became too much and she's just been off the internet for over a year. And it sucks not seeing her there because I don't think that she purposely is those things. I think she was always very open of helping and bringing community and all that stuff. And she just loves her dogs and she just loves to do stupid stuff. She's a YouTuber that doesn't to make a thing. Like her titles are what she does in her video. She's not a liar, like clickbait. She doesn't clickbait. Like,
yeah.
If I'm going to make a stupid 5-minute craft, I make a stupid 5-minute craft. Like that's her video. And I just be very curious to see where she is now. Her boyfriend Julian does still do stuff online and sometimes mentions it just so that people know that she's alive and okay during this pandemic and all that stuff. But it's kind of like, I just be curious to just, once again, she was there at the beginning of YouTube, making the right steps, saying all these things. And
I didn't know she was out. I didn't know that.
They ragged her. They found some video of like music video and she likes us, some comments that weren't the best in the world. I won't repeat them, but like she apologized for it. She's all like, this was not my intention. I've already apologized in the past for it, but I'll apologize again because I don't want to make an excuse for it. I was naive and young. And it's hard because you just, they did get engaged. Okay. So yeah, I know they have a house together and all that. And it just really sucks. And I mean, I feel like there are people who are malintent with these things, and then there's people who are not malintent, and I don't really think she's one of those.
I agree.
But unfortunately, sometimes people get scapegoated, and it just is what it is.
Because I've seen some of her content too, probably not as like steadily as maybe you guys, but like she doesn't seem like that kind of person to me. Like she seems pretty cool.
Some people didn't like some of her old stuff was like, what do guys think when they're having sex? And what do girls think when they're having sex? And what do girls do when they're drunk? And like making fun of like, and that's just what you do.
What?
That's what it is. But people were giving her a crap about that too. And she was just kind of like, you know what? Because they were going through all her old stuff. Like her first one is how to trick someone to liking you by thinking you're beautiful. And she's like putting herself and like bleach the fuck out of my hair and do my eyebrows and do my makeup and pretend I have a tan. Like that's her most popular video. But yet it's technically not a good thing for women, which I mean, there's got to be an air of comedy to this stuff, but that's a whole nother thing.
I'm just like, if we can't laugh at ourselves, what the fuck are we doing?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like life is too fucking serious as it is. Like we got to find shit to laugh about, like that's just dumb.
Yeah.
And if you just jump her like that.
Yeah. And the thing is if you do say something, you definitely have to acknowledge it. You have to learn from it. Don't do it again. And that's where some people, they keep doing it. And then of course, like, yeah, you probably are racist if you're doing these type of things. But that's besides the point. Yeah. But I mean, there's, I don't know. I just can't, like, it's to me, to punish her for that. It would be like, throw it the first two, whatever that thing is, cast the first stone, and glass walls or glass houses or something like that, and kettle black, all those stupid ass phrases,
all those things. Yeah.
And it's just like, I couldn't, because I'm stupid. I've said stupid things as a kid because you think you're hanging out with cool friends and you're doing all that stuff. It's like, come on. It's just, unfortunately, she was on video. It doesn't excuse it, but it keeps reality in there. Everyone's dumb. You learn.
Right. The question is, can you hold yourself accountable, own up to it, and move forward? You know what I mean? Like that's a big
big
deal.
That's where the conversation comes to play. You make the change by having the discussions, realizing where this stuff is wrong, and then move forward and try to make a difference. Like you can't just learn. Like, yes, it's learned behavior, but you can also try to teach yourself better. But anyway, that's going on a whole nother rant. Anyway,
go ahead.
I just miss Jenna a lot. She was something I like to look at every week, and it makes me sad. But yeah, my third person, I was debating between two, because you guys are talking about, like, people who passed or whatnot. I kind of think more these fantasy two people that would be related to me. Fantasy person number one is me if I were born male. I would like to know that, because
that's cool.
Like, I've always dealt with, how would I say, I'm not inherently feminine. I'm a girl. I do identify as girl. I have very female things, but I also see myself very androgynous in that sense too, that I do have a very male aspects. I haven't talked about it anyone. It just is what it is. But I've had things where, it's like, yeah, I feel like a dude. I get along with dudes. I do dude things. Like, I just am a guy sometimes. It's like, what is gender? What is all that type of stuff? But you were born, comes with it. You had come down that life. But I would be very curious in the male lifestyle, what choices I would make. Would I be a gay man? Would I be a drag queen? Would I have followed in these type of behaviors? Would I just be what would be seen as like a standard butch male? Would I have that life? Would I have gone down a different path? Because for a while I was athletic. Maybe I would have fallen with athletic type things and not gone down the nerdy path. Although I don't think it's likely, because it was around in my life. But still, I'd be very curious the type of life that I would have chosen as a guy. And I would like to be able to speak with that person and see who this person would be and like what choices. Because, things that have happened in my life in my past too probably wouldn't happen if I was a guy. And I would think that would probably really affect my personality too.
Right.
Who knows?
I agree with that. Yeah.
I would be very curious. Maybe I would have more confidence in myself. Maybe I would be more willing to do other things. So I would have this old personality. So that was one.
I like this thought.
I'm so glad I'm the only one. Like,
I was very curious to see myself as a guy and what life would have made me. Option number two, I'd be very curious to speak to my non-existent child that I will never have. I don't want kids. Don't take this as a way of me saying I want to be a woman or have kids. But what if I had decided when I was younger, when I wanted to be like, I want to be a mom. I want to be a mom. I want to have kids. I want to have a kid. I want to have this. I'd be very curious to speak to that kid. I think it would be very interesting discussion. Like, was I a good mom? What kind of kid did you turn out to be? Did I make you a little gay drag queen? That's a very big possibility. Would I have had that type of life if I had done this? It's something that people talk about. What if I created a serial killer? Like, I don't know. I would be very curious of what this kid is. Like, you don't know. You do not know. You don't know what you would create. But I would be curious to talk to this kid and see this kid's life and seeing what happens. Yeah. I'm not saying it's necessarily Gortonized kid. I mean, I would assume if I was living that same parallel life, but I'm just saying, you don't know. Just this hypothetical child that is me.
Well, because that actually got me thinking. Like, I wouldn't mind talking to myself if I had gone a different path than what I did. What would I be like now? Where would I be? Would I be in the job that I am now? Would I be with who would I possibly be with? If I had stuck with the guy I was engaged with right out of high school. where would my life be? What would I be doing?
Did you ever ask your parents what your name would have been if you were male?
Yes.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Jason
remember that.
Aaron. I would have had my
Jason
brother's
Aaron.
name.
Wow.
My
very
mom
cool.
got to pick it if I was a girl. My dad got to pick it if I was a boy. Jason Aaron, that's my brother's name. So, like, I would have had his name. And therefore, he would have had a different name.
Mhm. I would have been a junior. I would have been Philip David Lehman Jr.
Junior.
Philip.
Philip.
Yeah.
I've
Mhm.
never asked. I've never thought to. I think the other person would be like, if my parents who were not like, if my parents were not my parents,
Like
but
if they didn't have
other
you.
parents,
Mhm.
who would I be? What would I be like?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Very thoughtful, circle little, but another person, an actual real life person, because Grims was talking about YouTubers, would be Bailey Sarius.
Mhm.
Sarian. I would love to be able to sit down with her and discuss murders and mysteries and all of that.
She actually just answered that question because, like, what murderer would you like to have dinner with and be able to sit?
Mhm.
She
Oh,
was
no
just saying
kidding.
that on TikTok, and she just said there was this person who made a belt out of ears, I think.
Yep,
And you go like,
yep.
why ears?
Oh my
And
God.
why
They
a
were
belt?
not ears, it was
And do you
nipples.
wear
It was
the
nipples? They weren't ears, they were nipples.
nipples? That's it, nipples. That's right. The
Yep.
nipples. Like, why nipples? Why
A
was it
nipple
weird
belt.
in the nipple belt? Like, what was it about
Sure.
nipples in particular? Was it certain size nipples, or what do you kind of
Just
do
gotta
with the nipples
chill.
themselves? Like,
Is it just the tip or like the whole
the whole areola?
You didn't,
like,
you didn't know the areola? That's
Oh my god.
Once again, it comes down to those things. Like, what is it?
Also she's one of those YouTubers. She's just so down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
She makes mistakes all on filming. She'll start laughing and she's like, I'm not laughing because of the situation. I'm laughing because it just makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
She'll be doing like her makeup and then she'll be like, I hate this look. I'm gonna go fix it.
Ooh, I wonder, because then you're talking about like the what ifs. So
Mhm.
my mom had me early. She was 20. What would have happened if I was given up for adoption?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what type of person would I be? Would I be in California still too?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be interesting.
My mom had just turned 20 8 days before I was born.
Wow.
I can't imagine. Like I can't. I was like 20,
No way.
23,
Oh,
23. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When Elijah was born. So I was like, I had a couple years, I had a good time.
Yeah.
Got my party on.
Well, I
know,
think
like-
of my mom. She was 23. She had me. If that was true, I would have a 15-year-old right now. That just seems weird to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I would have a
Ooh.
little shithead that'd be wanting to drive. Like,
Mhm.
I think mine would be if my parents decided to have kids when they were younger, because they had kids in their early to mid 30s.
mhm.
That's
One
right.
of them
Yeah.
they had decided to have kids in their early 20s, even though they hadn't met yet, but
Mhm.
hypothetically thinking,
Yeah.
if my parents had been in their 20s, what would I be like?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, there
Would
you
you have
go.
a different life? Being younger could mean there's a bigger struggle versus being older and having a better built life. Those
Mhm.
things could be having an effect to it.
Yeah.
Wow, talking about some
It's getting deep in here, ladies.
Yeah, deep is a. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring
Hell,
it up.
my
I
deep end.
started with fun. I mean, before we kind of had brushed this on this topic before, and I said Keanu Reeves. I was like, yeah, of course I would see Keanu Reeves just because I want to be around him. But I was just kind of thinking like more like what
you
questions.
just want to stare at.
Yeah, I just want to stare at Keanu Reeves,
Being
and
his
then I want
friend.
to lick
really a
Sebastian Stan.
conversation.
Like if I could just have that, to be like, we're gonna go have the body sushi. You're gonna have it all on you, and I'll just no chopsticks. and just
That's
eat the body
so
sushi.
right off your chest.
Yeah, that was what I did. I was all like, I just don't even need you to talk. I just need to be there and be beautiful.
Just
Aw.
But I was trying to answer like, who would I actually want to have this conversation with, which I think is technically the point of the question. So like, I'm sure Sebastian Stan would be fun, but I feel like there would be other people I would have more. I would be more interested in getting more information from him. It's just like he could be the dinner table, and then the rest of us would eat off of him.
be the
Oh,
dinner.
did you guys see what Jason posted in the chat?
What was it? What,
If my mom hadn't picked me up from the horse.
Sometimes
They
I
would,
blame my
Natalie.
dad. Yes, he would.
So that's why.
Foraging for mushrooms.
That's why you have so much hair. Oh, okay.
That explains a lot, actually.
He's
I
a
would want-
Sasquatch.
I thought about like I went cartoon level and I was like, but I can't just pick a few people, so I would just want to be like transplanted into the Naruto
Yeah.
world for
Yeah.
an evening
Are you
and just
sure?
like chill.
There's so
Yeah.
much
And you
death
just want
in
to
there.
run
though.
around like this.
care.
Run
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, I want a ninja run.
Yeah.
I want to hang out. Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. There's like
do.
Orochimaru exists in there, and I'm not sure I want to get mixed up with
Yeah.
that.
I
And
would-
poisoned and
Things
killed
change.
within, like,
Things change
an
towards
inch
the
of my
end.
life.
We won't
I
go
don't
into
know.
what, but it gets better.
Yeah,
And-
you can just transplant me into Hogwarts, and I'll be happy.
I would like to meet Geralt though. That'd be interesting from The Witcher. That'd be
Mhm,
cool.
I'm sure you would. I bet.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. He's a handsome guy. He really is a handsome guy. I can't help it when, they decide to put their camera shots on their asses, and I'm just like, I'm married. Come on, stop it, man. Come
You're
on.
married, not dead.
Come
Nick,
on.
Nick and I have a rule. Nick and I have a rule. It's look, don't touch.
Yeah,
Mhm.
touch, touch, touch.
Yep.
So he doesn't care that I drool over certain, actors. And I don't care that he drools over some YouTubers or some TikTokers or some whatever.
Mhm.
Look, don't touch.
Yeah,
Like,
that's really what it comes down to. The rest, if it's any of that, then it's just insecurity in the relationship itself. We
And
can't.
you
handle
are
that.
you are allowed to have a few hall passes.
Yes, we both have hall passes.
Yes.
Oh, you have hall passes?
Mhm.
Oh
You don't have
my.
hall passes.
And it's nobody we'll ever meet, so it doesn't matter. But
Do you have to approve the hall pass, each other's hall pass, so it's not legitimate people that you could potentially meet?
yeah, it's he's like, oh, that she's on my list. We call him the list. She's
Right.
on my list. For him, it's a YouTuber. Well, I don't know if she's still on the list, but for me, there's like one or two actors that yeah, they're on my list, but we're never gonna meet. It's never gonna happen. But it's it's people. It's like that. It's like fantasy.
Yeah.
It's like Jensen Ackles, the married actor with 3 kids, lives in Texas.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna meet this man. He's on my
Mhm.
list because he plays Dean Winchester, and like Dean Winchester is my comfort character.
yeah.
Like legit, I'm having a bad day. I put an episode on. I feel better.
Mhm.
So the other to add to that though, real quick, is it the actor or is it the
The
character?
character. That's the
Actually,
thing.
Very much. It's right now. It is very much the character.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because I have a hard time going nuts over a guy that I know is married with 3 kids.
Right, right. There's some
But-
morality there that kind of goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like and I don't know who he is as a person. I mean, he seems
Yeah.
like a nice guy in like clips I've seen YouTube videos from like conventions and stuff that it's like, oh, he seems like a funny guy, seems like a cool guy.
Mhm.
But he's gonna be playing a new role in The Boys soon.
Okay. The Amazon show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Nice.
I need to get caught up.
Yeah.
I'm behind on that show as well. If you all haven't noticed, that's a bit of a habit of mine.
Mhm.
But I know for a fact I'm gonna drool over his character in that because that show is a little bit more graphic, so I'm gonna get to it's gonna be a little bit grittier, and it's just gonna be like, oh, okay. But yeah, for me, it's actually
Kate
not so
likes
much.
the bad boys.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
bad,
do.
man.
I do.
Oh.
I do. I mean, hell, I married Nick. But actually, yeah, I think I ship more like characters versus the actors that play them usually.
Mhm.
I get that.
I'm always curious about that when people have like an attraction to a character or an actor. I'm like, which one?
Yeah,
But which
for me,
one is it,
it's
you know?
for me, it's usually the character, like 9
Right.
times out of 10. But I've seen, but there is kind of like I see a picture of Jensen Ackles not in character, still like, ooh, pretty.
Pretty.
Yeah, well, he is. But I can't wait to see him in The Boys. Like, I can't wait to see what he does. And
Mhm.
will I hate that character and like be like, God, I can't stand this. Like, he's an asshole character or whatever. But
Mhm.
I still can't wait to see what happens.
Oh no.
But even the asshole characters, you can't help but be like, but it works so well.
Yeah, there's that shit where it's just like, ooh, okay.
It's like you're such an asshole, but you do it so well.
Yeah, exactly.
From the show Letterkenny, Jared Kiso.
I've heard of that
Come
show. I
on,
have
man.
not watched that show, but I have
Just
heard
look
that
it-
I
I
was
don't
told
know.
I need to
Wait.
watch that show.
Just look it up.
Letterkenny?
Letterkenny. It's a Canadian show, but it's absolutely fucking
they
hilarious.
said it'd take a while for you to get used to the voices because they have really strong Canadian accents. But I forget
Yeah.
why they told me to watch it. There was some other show that I was watching, and they said like, I think it was like Rick and Morty or something like that. I was talking about it, and there's like, if you like that style show, that you have to watch this Letterkenny because it's just like stupid characters, like stupid. Like I don't remember what show I was watching. They told
Stupid,
me to watch
silly
it.
stuff.
Yeah, that's what it was, and it's just kind of like, oh, okay, I guess I don't know, but I have been told that that was
But yeah,
really good.
Jared Kiso plays the main character named Wayne, and he's a Canadian hick. That's it. They have no two ways about it. He's a farmhand.
Oh, I
But-
see the picture now.
But he's got a very plain face, but you can tell he has muscle underneath him, and they do that same thing where they like have their camera shots and you just see his ass, and I'm just like, why? It's like he's like sometimes I'm just like, he's a
Ams is a
handsome
booty
man.
girl.
Yes, I'm a booty person. I'm so sorry. I can't resist. So
You see a good booty, you want to go and go pinch it.
yes. Max knows this. Yes, absolutely.
He's like, girl, you doing them squats?
In case guys were ever curious, women look too. They do.
Of course they do.
They look at butts
And
too.
if you say you don't, you're a liar.
Oh,
Yeah.
And you're uncomfortable with your own sexuality. Just
Butts
saying.
are important.
Oh, I look,
Yeah.
but I do the whole up and down.
Yeah. Everyone looks. You got two eyes. Use them.
Exactly.
And I because it's so funny. Like Jason and I, like he'll comment and be like, "Damn, did you see that girl with that booty?" And I'll be like, "Oh, nice." And like, we've done it, we've done it around some of our friends that like weren't expecting. They're like, "Wait, she's okay with you look?" I was like, "I don't care if he looks. I look too."
Mhm.
I was like,
Well,
"Oh,
so
They got good butt. They got good butt.
That's what I'm saying. I never understand these women who just can't want us. Like, if you start stopping them from doing things, they're going to start resenting you. They're going to start doing all this stuff. You can't be restrictive like that. Just
I look
whatever.
at butts. I look at tits. I look at guys. I mean, it is what it
Both
is.
sides.
Just
too.
checking out the
I don't
total
care.
package, baby.
The total
Yeah.
package.
Exactly.
Ah, see what you did there. That's what you'll do. Is say, okay, next idea. It's got to be a nice naked man, and he's got the box in front. Total package. That's all you need.
There we go.
Oh
we
no! I just thought of the best design idea. It needs to be the dick in the box, though.
Yeah, dick
I
in the
know.
box.
Yes.
I thought
Total
about that one
package.
too at one point, and I was like, should we do the dick in the box? Is that really a good idea?
I'm doing it. If you don't
Okay.
do it, I'll do it.
Do it.
I'm
Do it.
doing
Just do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a dick in a box.
It's a dick
Yep.
in a box.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Or what?
Yeah.
I
Sorry, no,
love
sorry.
Mother Lover too.
Does any ladies have anything else before we wrap up that want to add in? Any other people?
I'm good.
I think it's time for us to say goodnight.
Yeah.
Okay. So go around the room.
Hello. So I'm a graphic designer / illustrator freelancer, and so you can message me whenever if you want any logos or prints of anything done, something custom made. I also do knit and crochet. Please feel free to talk to me. I don't bite, I swear. Or follow me on any of these lovely social medias. I also
He
have.
does bite, but it's not hard.
Does
And,
it-
o-
Yeah, it's
and,
a little
and-
simple.
and only if you give consent and give her your safe word.
Exactly. Hello. La, 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 la. That's extra.
Hey, gotta do the mustache.
Mustache.
That's
Do the mustache.
Yeah.
Mustache. Other side.
Yeah.
Mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right on the booty. You got to do it right on the booty.
Are you done, Amps? I wasn't sure if we were done.
The Patreon, Redbubble, please check them out if you want to support me. Thank you. That's it.
Kate, anything to shout out?
No, I'm boring.
Aw.
not.
Right now. Awesomeness. There we go.
Nerds Have Spoken podcast. They upload every Thursday. And if you want to check some of their shares,
You see anything? No.
Jason apologizes because apparently their latest episode got flagged, and so he had to go through and scrub it. But yeah, they upload every Thursday, and check them out. As I'm getting distracted by four lovely women.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
Shelf Gravy. Check us out. We have a new show next week. Yeah, stuff. We make things and we do a show. So check us out.
Damn, I didn't have enough time to pull my thing. Hold on.
Oh, don't look.
Let's see
What's the thing? I want to know what the thing is.
Try to see.
Got
Okay,
Shelf
so my
Gravy. Sorry.
So my shout out, I did try to talk about this last week, just because I think it's happening this upcoming weekend. So Laser Brain Patch Company does is being part of this festival called Salem Daughter of Darkness. So they're having kind of like a little virtual event this weekend of just various like spooky, witchy, all that type of stuff. So if you're interested in any of that, check them out this weekend. They're going to have a lot of products and things here through their website. Well, that's just something good. But yeah, they'll have all these vendors and all this type of stuff. So it's definitely something worth checking out. I'll see if I can pop it back over to Laser Brain. So she's gonna have like the cool witchy style pins and things of that nature. So if that interests you at all, I don't know why it's not letting me close this. I don't want to see that stuff anyway. But yeah, so you can kind of get an idea, something to check out if you're interested in supporting artists and things of that nature.
Can you post that in our chat?
I'll post that in there. Then, of course, check out our awesome music by Dust Mites and all his music that he has on all platforms, right? All music platforms. So you give it a stream, give it a listen, and support. I'm sure he's working on something new, of course. So we'll keep an eye out for any new albums. You can, of course, follow us on any social medias. Well, at least these three social medias. If you have any questions, any of us will be happy to answer and talk to you. Outside of that, I hope you have a wonderful Thursday, and we will see you next week. Enjoy your dinner. Find someone to have body sushi with.
Yeah.